Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel's longest-serving prime minister, has faced mounting political and legal challenges due to an ongoing corruption trial. Charged with bribery, fraud, and breach of trust in 3 separate cases, the trial has cast a shadow over his tenure. Against this backdrop, the escalation of violence between Israel and Hamas in October 2023 has raised questions about the interplay between his legal troubles and the nation's military and political strategy. This analysis explores the intersection of Netanyahu's corruption trial and the ongoing conflict, examining its implications on governance, public trust, and regional stability. Netanyahu's corruption trial, which began in 2020, centers on 3 primary allegations. First case 1,000 receiving gifts such as cigars and champagne from wealthy benefactors in exchange for political favors. Second case 2,000 alleged negotiations with a newspaper publisher to secure favorable coverage in return for curbing a rival publication. Third case 4,000 accusations of providing regulatory benefits to a telecom company in exchange for positive media coverage. These charges have deeply polarized Israeli society. Netanyahu has consistently denied wrongdoing, framing the charges as a politically motivated witch hunt orchestrated by his opponents. Despite the legal challenges, he has remained a dominant figure in Israeli politics, often leveraging his political base and media narrative to maintain support. The surprise attack by Hamas on 7 October 2023 marked a dramatic escalation in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Over 1,400 Israelis were killed, and hostages were taken into Gaza. In response, Netanyahu's government launched a large-scale military campaign against Hamas, causing extensive destruction and thousands of casualties in Gaza. The war has become one of the deadliest conflicts in the region's history, drawing international scrutiny and humanitarian concerns. Critics argue that Netanyahu's focus on his legal battles may have undermined national security. Reports suggest intelligence and operational lapses that allowed Hamas to orchestrate the attack. Some speculate that Netanyahu's governance was distracted by his personal legal woes, leading to a failure in prioritizing defense preparations. Furthermore, his reliance on far-right coalition partners, seen as part of his strategy to cling to power, may have exacerbated tensions with Palestinians and undermined broader security efforts. The dual crises, Netanyahu's corruption trial and the war, have eroded public trust in his leadership. Protests erupted across Israel, with demonstrators accusing him of prioritizing personal interests over national security. Military reservists, a critical component of Israel's defense apparatus, openly criticized his government, with some refusing to serve under his leadership. Despite this, Netanyahu has sought to rally public support by framing the war as a battle for Israel's survival, a strategy that has resonated with parts of his base. However, this approach has also drawn criticism for exploiting the conflict to deflect attention from his legal troubles. The war has complicated Israel's relationships with its allies, especially the United States, which has called for a balanced approach that includes humanitarian aid for Gaza. Some analysts suggest that Netanyahu's weakened political position limits his ability to navigate international diplomacy effectively, as his domestic challenges overshadow his focus on foreign policy. Moreover, the escalation has further destabilized the region, with fears of broader involvement from actors like Hezbollah, Iran, and other militant groups. Netanyahu's political survival depends on navigating this delicate landscape while managing domestic unrest and international expectations. Netanyahu's corruption trial and the ongoing war highlight the complexities of leadership under crisis. While the legal proceedings have eroded public trust, the war has amplified scrutiny of his governance. The confluence of these challenges poses significant risks for Israel's democracy, security, and regional stability. As the nation grapples with these crises, Netanyahu's ability to lead effectively and restore confidence remains in question.